So the men prepared their eager eyes. They swarmed into the great hall, judging each other's skin and complexion. They stood thick, with heavy notebooks and ripe with vineyard vines ties. Some were fratty, prepared for another bullet point to add on their college applications. Others were nerdy and smart. Then the women entered the Colosseum, each dressed in attire suitable strictly for business. The wise wore glasses, while the inexperienced wore contacts. Long had the mighty prepared, eager to swash the innocent with powerful words and deep thought. Then the weak and nervous waited for their impending doom, unprepared for judgment hour. Cities far and wide, lonely plain states, and thriving powers, each were represented. Each nation repeated their battle cry. I hold my own beliefs. An experienced warrior said to his fellow brother, yet they shall be reflected in the beliefs of my homeland. Beware of those who seek destruction, the sly and cunning folk who harm the young ones. But alas, I was trained by none other than Stevenson of Amstead, a noble prince who dedicated his life to teaching diplomacy and international affairs. I entered the harsh arena and found my throne among the far-off nations of the Yin-Yang and the Pinochet Andes, eager to await my judgment hour. I was relaxed until the warhammer struck wood, and so it began. Eager eyes and young ones took the stage in valiant fashion. The judges compared the uneasy to some of their own beginnings. I looked around the room, and to my surprise there was a beautiful young lady dressed in black. Her name was Oil Shiike, and she sat in solitude, although she would not be lonely, and she certainly did not resent the Sharia principles, and was certainly not wearing a burqa. Yet my eyes were not the only ones wandering, as many diplomats found themselves unfocused, wandering, and lustful. However, no gladiator was as polished as Maple Leaf. He approached the stage with swagger. He spoke with dignity and resilience. An esteemed delegate who challenged both heart and mind in his calm speech. Yet behind that dopamine-fueled brain was a sinister will to dominate. I tensed. Maple Leaf was more than I expected. How could one be so powerful with words and clean-cut with people? I took my turn at the stage, yet the applause lessened. I lacked the will to win, the strength to overcome this Canadian foliage. So I thought. But he had a weakness. A princess from the desert, a young lady he would give all the free health care, and NHL tickets in the world to land her for just a night. Time took its way in the arena. Minutes turned to hours and hours turned to days. Our forces built. He teamed with diplomatic characters, outspoken, cunning, and wise, while my squad, on the other hand, carried lesser knowns, unproven, untested, and unwilling to perform. And although this tarnished our reputation, it made me look strong and capable. Deliberations between the two sides were lengthy. One wanted peace, one war, but both wanted to fight. Compromise was bleak. The hour was late in our final debate. The judges began to doubt the political process, and I began to doubt myself. I was outmatched, out-researched, and outgunned. Voting period, the most important 30 minutes of the debate, was coming, and the doors would be locked tight in order to prevent a miscount. I took a deep breath, inhaling the stale and closed air. I had to do something to prevent his cause from snatching up the awards. What would a hero do? What would Stevenson do? I grabbed my iPhone, tucked it under my desk, and began the assault. I took a quick glance at Maple Leaf, who was chatting up some lesser dressers. It was clear he believed his award was wrapped up. Hey! Hey, sorry, I don't have your contact. Who is this? Look behind you. A curious Maple Leaf turned his prep school head, and immediately a loved-up smile flushed his face. Finally, the frustration of his all-boys school peers would come to an end. and at least one of their team would go home with a double-double. Oh hey, smiley face. This is boring. Yeah, I agree. I think I left my binder in my room, but I hate riding the elevator alone. Oh, I got you. Maple Leaf shiftily made his way to the door, surprised to see a grounded and focused Oil Sheik stationary in her seat. Don't you want to ride up? I'm at the elevators right now. 314, meet you there. Silence, delegates. Voting period will commence shortly. And with that, I sprinted to the door. An eager Maple Leaf watched from the lobby, waiting for his prize. I stopped at the threshold with the Great War doors in my hands. Too bad your morals weren't as high as your ego, I bellowed, as I shut the doors with a tremendous thud. The rest of the room stood there blankly, and then roared in laughter as the tryhard was left peering in through the door windows. Humble, yes, but I was not finished.